Hey y'all, I'm gonna try and make this quick and efficient, but I am officially on the motherland. I'm gonna leave the door open so you can hear the noises of the neighborhood and feel as close to home as I do. Today is a slow day, it's not that exciting. I'm not working. My goal was to go get my visa extended. I was only given 30 days. And if I had understood what was going on when I arrived at customs, honestly didn't realize, like, wait, what? And I've been through enough customs, I should have known. But the conversation we were having is what threw me off. So, welcome. This is Justice Joyce TV, officially from Lagos, Nigeria. And I will post more after I leave the location because it may be new to me and I don't know much, but someone watching could recognize the area, this, that, and the other. I am a woman. I like to try and be as safe as possible. So as for tours of the place, I'll post all that once I'm out of here. But I'm hoping I will definitely be at the visa's office, get my extension without any hesitation. So I left for my hometown. I connected through Atlanta on Delta. The flight being delayed was quite embarrassing to me. It really was. Although I will admit this. Look, I'm from the deep south. I'm used to majority black cities. I went to an all black high school. I went to an all black college. And then elsewhere, blah, blah, blah. So I am used to black spaces. But I will tell you, it just felt really different at the airport. From like an elder with all his cologne. Ooh, child. I went to HBCU, so I'm really used to Africans were my professors. And you could tell, what region of Africa they were from based on not just attire, but the smell, what they would wear for perfume or oils or scents. At any rate, the smells coming from both directions was too much for me. Cologne on this side and natural body odor, which I'm like, ooh, and I'm double mask. So it was a lot. But the best thing about sitting at the gate was noticing how many people looked like someone else I knew in the world. So it's like, wow, I'm looking at your mother's twin. And it was off-putting. I wanted to take pictures, but I don't like doing that unless I talk to people. So I didn't, but as one friend stated, who I said, this is like your mother. Honey, you're about to get to the motherland. Everybody's going to have a carbon copy somewhere. And sure enough, once I arrived to the airport, went through the airport, got out to meet with my party, the actual guy who was in the military looks like Lil Murder, the rapper from P Valley. I wanted to tell him so bad. But he was so sweet as he was trying to be helpful to me. He even tried to get me to leave my party behind as they were trying to still haggle on getting more tips. Y'all, look, I think this is something everybody talks about. Everyone looks for a bribe when you arrive. They just do. But it's not like I thought it would be. It really is more subtle, like a conversation. Look at this. Look how much we have in common, even though we're like, 9 generations apart from each other in terms of being together under one roof or under the sun in the same place. When I got to customs, as the first person to say, what did you bring me? My blackness just immediately kicked in and responded because we asked this at home. When you travel and you come in, so what you brought me? What you brought me in? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, me. Didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize, like, oh, that's the bribe? Child, you gotta be more direct with me. I'm already slow. Yes, we all speak English, but the accents are stronger. So I really have to slow down, pause, and look, read lips, and pay attention to what's being said to me to ensure I understand what is being said to me. 8 times out of 10, I get it all wrong. And it's like, could you repeat it again, please? And I feel bad for saying it, but they're like worse than the Dominicans. I learned Spanish basically living in the Dominican Republic. And I had a doña, meaning the host family I lived with. You asked her to slow down, she sped up. It was just like growing up with your own parents at home, like, you ain't gonna be slow today. You'll get it. That's what it felt like going from station to station in the airport. I'll tell you this, I overpacked. I was overweight for everything, but I went to go get trolleys. It's not like America where there's an automated machine. It's old school. Everything is still full service. A guy with a uniform is who I trusted. And I was like, oh, I have to pay. No worries. Where's the ATM? He pointed me to the ATM. I came back, I paid. I was like, I'm gonna need my change. So I don't convert really fast, but I know how to do math. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. He actually gave receipts, one for the trolley and one for something else about the trolley, and gave me my change. I intended on using that change to tip someone, whoever could pull my luggage. But they start pulling luggage and setting it to the side unless you're first class. And I was like, my luggage isn't there. At any rate, I pulled my own luggage. So it was heavy, 54, 59, 57 pounds. I had 4 bags, all over 50 pounds. Why am I tipping you if I picked this heavy bag up myself? But they were trying to work the room and get other people as well. I didn't like that. You want to work for me and get a tip for me? Be dedicated to me. Because I don't want to have to worry about watching my bags and doing this and doing that. Everyone's used to a process. They were looking for me to present my luggage tag to show, what they give you at the airport. I didn't have it. It was at the bottom of a backpack, and y'all, my luggage was rearranged because they had to take one of my bags. I couldn't bring it on board with me. So be it. And they checked it all the way to Lagos. So with that being said, I was like, I can just show my passport. My name is on my luggage from the tag from the airline. My passport shows my name. There was an elder lady who was checking all the bags with Delta. She was actually the most reserved individual, and I felt deserved the biggest tip possible because everybody just runs towards her to show proof, this is my bag, let me go. She was doing a really good job with service that wasn't abrasive or anything. So at any rate, moving along, I get shuttled to yet another station. So I lost my form. It fell out of my rain boots somewhere as we were checking in for customs. I said, may I have a blank form? No one would give it to me. They were like, don't worry, they'll just go through your bags. Okay. At the end of the day, do you have anything to claim? No. This is where the second bribe came in, and I didn't realize it. Well, what is in your bag? Do you have, I said, that's a medication bag. These are clothes and gifts. At any rate, they didn't go through the bag, had me unzip one, saw, medication. Like, they were offended it was just medication. I was told, don't worry about the rest. Okay, so what do we do? Who's stamping me? They just let me go. Simple as that. That was custom. Then it turned into, but what do you have for me? What did you bring me? So what do you have for me? That signaled to me, oh, I have nothing. What did you bring me? That signaled something totally different through my culture and life experiences. When you ask what you brought me, baby, I ain't bring nothing but myself. That's it. So if you're looking for a tribute, I feel like this is the place where you can, it didn't offend me. It didn't. It threw me off because I didn't know what to expect or how to respond other than just a casual conversation. But I'm glad there are some things that are innately in us that it just, boom, I went right to it and didn't even know it. I also got called over to someone making sales about something. She gestured the guy helping me, luggage handler with the trolley, come to her. Nothing to do with customs, nothing to do with my visa, nothing to do with my arrival. I did get the consistent, not like I normally get when I'm trying to come into America or leave. You're American with an attitude. It was more so, where's your Nigerian passport? I don't have, I have an American passport. I'm black. Like, I don't know how to say that any differently, but that was the end of it. Until we got to this lady who was trying to get another tip. She was selling something. Y'all, I got accosted. I'm kind of used to it because I got it even at 19 in the DR, where women reach for me to show that I'm sturdy, grab my chest. I have no hips, so pull me closer. But her point was, we are both big breast women. We are sisters. Okay. I just didn't know what to say or do to that. Other than, okay, are we done here? Thank you. So this actually struck me because as we were loading, and I was in Delta Comfort Plus. I can tell you for a fact, baby, I don't see any value in Delta Comfort Plus. None. If it ain't first class, it's a hassle. Maybe during COVID, it's not the greatest thing, and it could be better. Another time, excuse me while I turn this phone down, I thought I did, but people are starting to wake up in the States and returning text messages. But at the end of the day, it just felt like I'm glad it was only a $100 upgrade, so I did it. But I sat next to a gentleman who did not help me load my carry-on luggage above. It was a rolling bag full of medication for the year, and I struggled. I desperately struggled. But that's okay. I decided to do a full squat. I did a deadlift, and I got it up there, and I was in. I was excited for myself. As I sat down, he told me, you are very athletic. Y'all, I'm not exaggerating. I did stare, he stared, I stared some more. At that moment, I decided between him and the earlier Nigeria, I guess who thought I was cutting him in line for first class. Y'all, I was not. I'm never paying for first class. But I was Delta Comfort Plus, so I was immediately going to be part of this line that then got turned and we got told make an L, and then it blended with people who were someplace else. And it bothered me that he had on jeggings as a man. At any rate, I decided at that moment I would rather deal with the racism of America than the ill mannered of any place I traveled. I mean, any place. Because that was a big deal in Europe, how people would cut in front of us or not say excuse me, not speak up, not be mannerable or polite, acknowledge me. And I understand I'm carrying baggage from, I expect things to go a certain way because that's my culture. Others have their own. But you ain't finna pretend you ain't see all this. I'm not petite by any means. I am not translucent as a ghost. And so from Europe, meaning Norway, to where was we? Luxembourg? We were a few places I would have to tell people, I know you see us, get behind. Or you start to, when in Rome, behave like the Romans. And look, you want to be rude, I'll be ruder. I try to avoid it. I just don't like it. I don't like cutting folks off, jumping in front of people. I don't like rushing and I feel like a stampede will come about. Like the risk aversion in me says this isn't a good thing. More importantly, the best I can say is graciously away from the people, meaning Nigerian Americans or Nigerian in America, and actually in the homeland, the manners do pick up and are way more polite, more patient, more attentive, and I'm grateful for that. From the airport to the local community that I'm in, everyone does assume, I get it, I look just like them, I don't see any difference in any of us, my word. But once I establish, could you slow down, or could you repeat it, or I'm American, if I'm asked, I'll offer. But that's the thing. I am catching the local transit. It has only been 200 naira to go from one industry to the ShopRite. I have not gotten into the Bolt, which is the Uber amongst the continent of Africa that's working really well. I do not have the driver to start yet, and that's August 1st, so I'm happy to learn the process. I have not found the bus yet or the public transit like that's through the government yet. So I'm excited to learn that, but because of traffic, and I was in Sunday traffic, I can't play around during the weekdays because I don't want to get stuck in some level of traffic I can't get out of and get back to work. So I hang tight and I walk this area. My initial impressions are number one, it feels like home. It doesn't like feel like home, it feels like home, like it's something more. Number two, I'm happy to see so many black people at every place, every point, every level, every time you turn around. It's just nice to be in an area that you're the majority. And number three, I'm coming from a place where I'm used to being in majorities and I'm used to being in minorities. Not just my neighborhood growing up, seeing us at every professional level, from dentists to doctors to lawyers to teachers. Trust me, when I tell y'all I'm from the largest black community in America, I'm not joking. And not just historically largest, not just the oldest. I mean, I'm sincerely from the largest black community in America. So it feels different though. I'm full of energy for trying to learn things. It does get a little old trying to work on a U.S. work schedule, but here, and I had accepted Monday through Friday, I'll just be in lockdown, but as soon as I'm done on Friday, I'm shutting the computer and I'm heading to the streets. Excuse the shaking. I don't have any of the stabilizers with me, and when it came to packing and what I already had, I was already over. So at any rate, I guess number 5, the thing would be, it is hot, but it is actually cooler than the heat of Louisiana right now, which I won't admit to my best friend and a few family members. My mother pointed out, well, it is the opposite season there. So I always trust, this is rainy season and this is why it's cooler. I can't believe at night folks are shocked that I'm like, no, I don't want any cover. Please don't bring me any more. Lord, y'all, they brought me a whole blanket and a comforter. I can't do it. I cannot. I'm like, no. I have to take a bath again right before I finally go to sleep so I can come and cool off. I have gotten used to room temperature water very quickly because it's better than no water. Although I prefer it refrigerated and cold as possible. If you new to me, I was already teaching myself to lay off the ice before I left America, like 6 months ago, or at least 6 months worth of training because I like to eat ice. I can say my skin feels completely different here. I have eczema and KP, and my skin is the softest and the smoothest and the most hydrated feeling it has ever felt in life. And at home, that's usually with, lotion, creams, coconut oil, prescription lotion, and I still don't get this feeling. This is something that I'm just like, you know what? You can't just be taking people out of their homestead. It exists for a reason, and clearly I belong in this area. So the humidity is always in the air. Like I feel sticky now, not as bad as I could, but hopefully you're still with me because I'm at the 15-minute mark. My hair, I keep it pulled up while I'm in and about because I'm not living under air conditioning. This is why I say it's cooler here than Louisiana because there's no way I could function in Louisiana without air conditioning. I'm allergic to the heat and I'm allergic to the sun. I break out. And if you see my breakout, my skin looks horrible, but it also hurts if it starts to cut and tear in the skin. It's like if you have a hard winter in Wisconsin and the skin breaks, it hurts so much worse than it ever could if you just cut yourself. So I'm not having those experiences here. I don't even feel overheated here. I just always feel sweaty. So working out, totally different. Even putting on a sports bra and having to take it off is a two-man job because, again, I'm already sweaty. But it works. It really does work. I feel it. I'm definitely not eating as much. And it's not even about the content of food here. It's not about a fear. It's just right now I need to adjust to the heat. And while I'm hot and miserable, I don't like being bothered. Just bring me a water. I would love a popsicle more than anything right now. But I'm okay with laying off the fake sugars, saturated fats, the food coloring and flavor. I'm trying my best to just knock out bottles of water every day. It hasn't bothered me. Like last night I went to bed without eating. My stomach didn't growl once. My blood sugar dropped to 57. Yeah, I'm wearing a monitor so I can be able to track good science and tell myself with data what is happening here. And when I heard that alert, I jumped right up and I found grape juice. And I took 2 sips of grape juice and it shot it right back up to 99. I don't want to have hypoglycemia issues and die in my sleep. That's not going to happen. Now, I can avoid it as best as possible, and that's what's going on. So far, I have tried Nigerian jollof. It tastes just like jambalaya, except spicier. And I promise you, I feel like I'm sitting around my mother and my aunts and everybody from home, the men too, baby, because they will make a plate that should feed the village. And you're like, oh, or is this family style? We're all going to pull from this plate. No, that's your plate. I got told directly, whether he was joking or not, I appreciate the humor. I'm trying to make sure you eat well so when you go home, your mother will return you to Africa. I'm good and grown. And number 2, we're Americans. If anything, if you can return me looking slim and trim, people will send me back, including my doctor. Like, hey, it works for you. Stay there. But we can eat at home. That's the least concern. I am consistently trying to show people the correlation and direct parallels of Louisiana and Nigeria in terms of culture. Some things we've not lost. It's just always here. I think they were nervous to give me spicy food. But I'm like, I'm from Louisiana. I promise I'm used to it. It's okay. Actually, I hate that I'm losing some sensitivity or a tolerance because of my time away from Louisiana. But I'm good. It's spicy. I'll last. I can also say, I don't know, I figured out how to use the breaker to turn the electricity back on once it goes off. I figured out how to use the gas cooktop, which it like blows really high. Even at home in Louisiana, I don't jack with the propane tanks. Even when it's on the grill, nope. When it's a crawfish boil, nope. I only use the charcoal and that's it. I let the men do that. I don't want no parts of it. It's like my mama not wanting to touch the pressure cooker. I'm like, well, you grew up with a different kind. These are safe. There's no explosion to be had, but whatever. She doesn't trust it. So anyway, with that being said, I get it. I am gonna figure out how to do the fire sticks without remotes because I left every remote behind, which is the craziest thing. And no, they're not on this Wi-Fi. I have figured out how to sync up everything, including the projector, which works really well because I have no TV in my space, and I'm okay with that. I didn't need it. I have the iPad, I have the projector, I'll make it work. I have a local SIM with a local number. I haven't gotten any calls yet on it, and I haven't called anyone. I know I'm a little too excited about that, but it worked, and I was so excited. My phone does work because I maintain Wi-Fi enabled talking, so it's good times to check in with everyone. I am less excited today, even though I'm smiling and kikiing while I'm here, because I took off completely from work and I had every intention on getting my visa updated with more time. I just don't understand why that man only gave me so few days. I'm like, do you hate me? Even when I transit through like London, I got more time. And I was just going through so I could stop and try this burger place. But anywho, I trust when I go get it extended, someone's gonna ask, so what did you bring me or something? Because I've Googled it to death and everybody complains about the bribery. I just don't want to be stuck there all day, so I'm trying not to go on a Monday thinking, that's when it'll front load and be super busy. And I'm trying not to get caught up on a Friday. But if I need to, I'm okay with going back to the airport and getting it done there. It's just the distance. And the distance isn't so bad as long as you're not stuck in traffic. That's what really adds to the agony. Because when I came in, I was in a car with no air. And that's when you feel the pain. Like, oh, Jesus, I cannot. So, to recap, I am in the motherland. I wish my father was alive so I could brag about it and tell him how great it is. But instead, I try and give comfort to my mother, whom I'm very shocked is nervous and scared for me, and she's ready for me to come home within like hours. I am able to function completely and do my work, make conference calls, video calls, and chats. I know everybody knows there's always electricity blackouts. I don't want to say rolling blackouts because I feel like that's a California style, and this is more out, like the Dominican Republic circa 2000, where it goes out and you don't know when it comes back in, and it seems to be out longer than it should be or longer than usual. But anywho, the generators work just fine. Throw some gas in it, flip the switch, pull the cord. For whatever reason, folks didn't think I could pull the cord. I'm like, you cut grass with a lawnmower, I could pull the cord there. Use the weed eaters, pull the cord there. So anywho, I appreciate there are men who are individuals. Everybody feels the need to not just be a good host, but also worry about if things are up to the standard that they think you want. It's kind of backfiring because today I had every intention on getting out myself. It was like, please don't go anywhere without me. So I'm grateful for folks who want to make sure you're safe, and then that should help again assuage the fears of my mother. But I have a process. When I get into any new town, I go buy bread, butter, and cheese so I can make grilled cheese in case I run across food issues. Having so many allergies or being out late and doesn't catch what I wanted. The point is, grilled cheese is always smart, and water. So I bought a lot of fruit, cheese, bread, and butter, and buku water to add to the water that was already going to be given to me. But I normally catch the city bus and just ride it the entire route until he says end of the line, and then I go back. And that's how I make a map of where I am so I know how to get around, like my way. Not that Google can't show me, but some things connect easier or land better in processing and learning for me, visually, kinesthetically, and orally as I do it in my process. And that's why I ride the bus that way. And then I venture back out, go out the next day a little further, and then come back. Go out the next time a little further and come back. So that's how I'm trying to figure this out. Since there's so many islands, and it seems like Victoria Island and Banana Island have more of the things I need. I really thought Lekki Phase 1 would have more of the places I would go to. So between the salon, the visa office, the stores, the gym, it's like, okay, then how far out is that? What I'm noticing, baby, this is like Chicago. You're gonna drive an hour one way everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. And I'm just like, I, not just because of the distance, but also the traffic. But so far, everything's been at least 40 kilometers. Yeah, I had to update Google and be like, look here, we have to use the metric system. No. I'm on the imperial system and I'm conditioned really well. I don't have time to, translate. Because most times when you see 5K, I'm like, isn't that like 7.2 miles? Or maybe 3.5? See how I have to figure which direction I'm going? So, for those who are watching first time ever, hello, I have made it to Lagos, Nigeria. I am trying to chronicle and keep up with videos so everybody can see it is possible. You don't have to be afraid. I don't know why folks are so afraid, but I think others try and make us more afraid than they need to be. I hope the noise didn't bother you in the background, but it does show you these are my daily sights and sounds. I think one thing they do really well here that nobody seems to be talking about, baby, they can make some doors. Do you hear me? I mean, intricately designed, it looks stately, it looks handsome. And I know y'all gonna be like, I know she ain't on this video talking about doors like that. If you get into flipping or you start fixing up your own house, you'll learn to appreciate real detailed work and quality workmanship when you have to pay for things yourself. You hear me? Now, I don't agree with this, why everybody seems to have leather sofas and all this heat, and then tried to give me one. No, thank you. It's too hot for that. I was like, I thought just the Nigerians and Americans did that. Oh, but you got central air, so who cares? And then they have the notion not to turn on the central air. Baby, you don't want me to visit your house if you ain't got no air blowing. I'll wait outside, or you can come visit me at my place. But all in all, I will admit I like it, even for the little drawbacks. So, just joining, some of the drawbacks was the rudeness, leaving America, not getting any help. We can discuss that another time. Like, are you not helping me because I'm not fuckable? Or are you not helping me because you don't want to? Are you not helping because of something else? Let us know, I don't have a problem. I'm not easily offended. Let's have that conversation. The second thing is how bribes are actually stated. What do you have for me? What did you bring me? And so what did you bring me throws me off because that's in my culture, just something we say in general when you see someone you haven't seen in a while, and usually have a smart ass response or smart aleck response, even though maybe that's not always the best thing. Number 3, communication, technology, and electricity works. Got to have a generator. If you don't have the generator, you need the inverter, or you can have both. But because the generator can be loud, by all means, and it can be a nuisance if you don't want to deal with refueling or don't know where to get the fuel. Having a driver, but if you can, try and get to know the place before you have the driver and really know your surroundings. As for being out at night, I was out on the Sunday night, and it was nice. It was busy. It was convoluted. People everywhere, suya on every block. So the grilled meat man in the corners. And yeah, people may not wear shorts, but the ladies wear really tight clothing, really revealing clothing. But some folks don't wear no shorts. I'm like, honey, I'd rather wear shorts. But hey, maybe if I did have the 6-pack stomach, I'd be somewhere showing it off too. I don't know, but I mean, I was expecting more reserved attire or clothing and coverage, but so be it. Oh, you can get away with murder around here as a woman. Let me not say murder. Here's my experience. Walking into the mall, the men were immediately pulled to the side, searched, talked to. I was waved through like, what do you want? Oh, and I was giving hand sanitizer. I was like, oh, thank you. They were shocked to say thank you. I'm like, honey, you handing out hand sanitizer as we pass through while you molest them? I think I'm winning. So I can kind of see, which is not a funny topic, how SARS went totally left. Like they just automatically see young men or men in general as like the enemy. I don't know. As to how you profile, I guess. But considering there's been another shooting, child, it's always something in America. I'm just happy not to have to be worried about certain things. And one of the little security guys, he looked like he was 17. I was like, that's a baby. I wouldn't even listen to him, honestly. Thank God I didn't have to. Because he looks younger than my nieces and nephews. I'm like, why is this man out here working? And this boy, he may be a grown man, and bless him if he is, but he looks very youthful. And with that being said, I hope he finds a different kind of job, so, or don't run into more people like me. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Sorry if it seems more long-winded and narrative-like, but I will work to do pictures and insert, because I do have an editing program, do have the laptop, I have everything but the stabilizers, and with that, hopefully my help will make it happen.